Yeah, so guys, Bradley Dillon here for the newfury.com. We're right at Vans Warp Tour in St. Pete at Vinoy Park. We're here to meet new friends of mine today. They actually started out the day I had to choose between Defeater or this fantastic band, While She Sleeps.
Thank you very much. Defeater, an awesome band.
Why don't you guys introduce yourselves and what you do?
Yeah, my name's Lawrence Taylor and I do lead vocals for While She Sleeps.
I'm Aaron and I play bass guitar.
Alright, now seeing you guys a few hours ago, you know, you guys had never played in Florida. You guys did a US tour with Parkway Drive, Veil Maya, and Maroon Live, I think.
You got good information source.
On it.
Yes.
On it.
How was that tour for you guys? You know, first time in the States.
Yeah, it was great.
You guys got a lot of new fans?
Yeah. I mean, like there was always like the few Sleeps fans in the crowd, like singing the words along and stuff. But Parkway put us on an hour after doors each night, which was very, very generous of those guys. And yeah, so we had a full room to play to, and by the end, everyone was into it. So I think we gained a lot of new fans on that tour, and it really shows on the dates that we came back to on this tour. Like we've had like a bigger crowd.
People are just kind of like, we saw you play on the Parkway tour and that's made us come check you out again. We really enjoyed it, so there's been a positive vibe from the whole thing. Everything's great.
You know, you mentioned gaining new fans and stuff like that. I think part of the reason why I saw such a big crowd for you, I was really impressed and happy for you guys that lots of people came out to see you. You know, you put out This Is the Six, your newish record, almost a year.
Yes, year in September.
Year in September, yeah. I mean, that was almost my first exposure to you guys. I had heard a couple songs off your North Stands for Nothing EP / mini album, yeah. You know, what are some of the lyrical themes that fans can find on the new record? Stuff that they can, you know, relate to?
There's a lot. Well, you want to cover this one?
Yeah, well, it's the way that While She Sleeps write lyrics is this, like, we all kind of agree, we have to agree on what's being said first and foremost, but it's going off personal experience and things that we see happen and changes that we experience ourselves. And I think that's the most, for us anyway, that's the most honest way to write about way to write about things that we've come across, because it's just an impulse writing on things that are happening, and that way I think people can relate to it as well, because it's always quite close to them.
It's pretty much like the whole of the band's viewpoints on a lot of different subjects put into words and like just put into the album. And
but there's everything in our album. In This Is the Six, there's literally everything. It's from love to hate to people having kids in the UK and feeding off the government and living with like
how the government's shit
how
anyway.
The government's run, respecting people that fought for what our country has in the first place. You know, it's a very wide range of things, but yeah, we try our hardest to make it as real as it can be and straight from us onto the disc. So.
You know, you mentioned being real and maybe I'll say, like, you know, transparent with your fans, things that you've experienced in life, being on the road, being a musician, maybe growing up.
Yeah.
What's the one song on the album, This Is the Six, that you think your fans can most relate to out of all of them?
Probably
Our Courage, Our Cancer.
Our Courage, Our Cancer, yeah.
It just relates to like loss and lost loved ones and stuff, which everyone who they haven't experienced it, everyone will experience it at some point, and it just covers like the emotions and the emotions that you go through, like with that.
Yeah, but it's kind of hopeful in the same sense, you know. Like, I mean, I know that when I die, I don't want people to be upset about it. I want people to just have a really, really big party and just be like, well, you had a good time. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's kind of, for me, when I'm singing the lyrics anyway, they mean a lot. But it's more of just celebrating life. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's a really relatable song for people to go and check out if they've not heard of us before.
You know, that's something I've really noticed about you guys. Not a lot of bands are celebrating both life and death, because a lot of people think that death always has to be a negative thing.
Yeah,
but,
definitely. Yeah.
So, personally speaking, you guys would say more along the lines that death is not always a bad thing. It's when someone dies, it's a celebration of life.
It's always a loss.
For people who they leave behind, because obviously you miss the people who die in your life, obviously. But there's a lot more to just this physical world, I think, and it's a lot more than like no one knows what happens when you die, really. So, you know.
You know,
Cheer up. So cheer up.
Cheer up, have a laugh. 'Cause
Have a good time.
I don't know what the fuck, where am I? Yeah, what's this?
But that's our outlook on that topic anyway. But so definitely check it out.
you know, when you're on Warped Tour like this, is like 99% sure it's your first time playing any kind of Warped Tour.
You can go for the 100% if you like.
100%. Yeah. There's this. I think it was last year. I was talking to someone. I was like, "So you guys have never played Warped Tour before?" And he's like, "Oh, it's our second time." I was like, "I'm glad we didn't do this on
No, this
film."
is our first time.
All right. So, you know, you guys are like I said, you guys were playing first day. Defeater was playing at the same time. I'm sure somebody else really good was playing at the same time. What do you think makes people want to come check out While She Sleeps show? What is your stage? What is your stage show like?
It's just energetic. We just put our all in. We try and nail the tunes to the best of our ability, and we just want everyone to have a really good time.
It's energetic because we really like, this is the only thing that any of the band is really passionate about. So we try and portray that through our stage show, like, you know.
But also, like, when people tell us we come to our shows, really enjoyed it. We really enjoy playing. It makes me personally, it makes me a lot calmer person in life. Just getting up there and screaming my head in every day, it chills me out a little bit, and we just all get it out on stage and get a bit loose, and that's what we want people to come.
We want people to get loose with us.
Yeah, just come and have a great time and feel free. Like, music gives a lot of people a lot of freedom, and that's the kind of message that we want to give out with our live show.
All right. Last quick question for you guys. What do you guys have planned afterwards or anything?
We've got a few European festivals coming up. We've got Leeds and Reading Festival, which are big festivals for us.
It's a bad boy for
opening
us.
up the main stage because Leeds is like pretty much near, like basically
Next door.
Yeah, it's our home, kind of our home
We've
territory.
never played it before either.
Yeah, and then we're going into the studio after that, and we're recording our second full-length album. No name for it yet though.
All right.
Just face melting riffs. That's all we've got so far.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching this interview with While She Sleeps today. It was good getting to know you guys.
Nice.
Totally stoked to check you out whenever you
We'll
guys
be
come
back.
back here. They will be back. Make sure to check out this interview at moreathenewfury.com, and also check out While She Sleeps on Facebook, Twitter, whatever social
Instagram,
media networks
all
you
that
use, Instagram. And thanks for watching this interview. Later.
Peace.